Sean, how much do you think complacency has been a big part of the MCU downfall, referring to the fix-it and post mentality, greenlighting projects like Agatha and Echo, nostalgia gimmicks, and a general decrease in oversight from Feige? So, like, the word you used was complacency, and I don't think complacency is necessarily the right word for it. Because even talking about, decreased oversight from Feige, I don't think that that's complacency. I don't think it's like, well, I'm just going to sit in my office and cross my, like, it's not that. But when you put all these other things, it's like so many different things changed all at once. They closed out this gigantic story they'd been working on. They retired half of their biggest stars. They started doing TV shows. They introduced a bunch of new characters. They launched doing this multiverse stuff, all while a pandemic happened, multiple strikes, a new leader at Disney kind of stepped in. Like, a lot of things happened all at once. A lot of disruption to the industry as a whole. Disney as a company just was shaken by a ton of stuff. New leadership, launching a streaming service, and you do all of that and you want to experiment a little bit, but if you're already having to try a bunch of new things and you're experimenting and you're trying to introduce new characters, you get into trouble. So like it's tough for me to think it's complacency. I don't feel like that. It's not the word that comes to mind. I think there's a lot of being spread too thin. There's running too many experiments at the same time. Like, ideally, let's have our safe projects that we know how to do. Let's keep some of our heroes and some of our writers, directors that know the system. And then let's experiment with the movie and experiment with the TV show. So we've got our safe stuff and then we've got our experiments. But it was like all experiments for a while there. And it's weird because it feels both like they're playing it too safe, they're not taking enough risks, they're formulaic, but also it's like, why on earth are you doing this weird, wacky stuff? Why are we doing a singing witch show? Why are we doing a show about Echo of all characters? Echo? Really? Why? Why are you doing that? It's like this very odd mix of the wrong blend of safety and risk-taking, newness, sameness. It's like all the wrong blends of all of it. And I imagine the people that work at Marvel are unbelievably frustrated because it looks like complacency. It feels like complacency while they feel overworked and stressed out and there's pressure on their shoulders and there's diminishing returns. All this stuff is happening, and it's like, why are you guys being complacent? You just took your audience for granted that you could just do whatever you wanted. I think a big part of what happens, I put a tweet out about this, that when you have success, all of a sudden there's expectations. And with expectations, everyone has a different idea of how to maintain and sustain success. So everyone is like, you should do this, you should do this. We need to try new things. We need to expand to new markets. We need to play it safe. Let's keep our characters. And when you have kind of this identity crisis of you don't know what to do now, they were the fresh, exciting thing for a decade, that they kept breaking new ground of a shared cinematic universe, team-up movies, and then taking team-up movies and taking them to such a big level with Infinity War and Endgame and doing a 20-plus movie arc that paid off in a big, satisfying way. And they did it. They pulled it off. That was all. That full first 11 years, they were the fresh new thing. And then afterwards, they are the establishment. And you're trying to figure, like, where do you go from here? You've already become the top of the world. What do you do now? And I think that they've played it totally wrong. There have been cards that dealt against them. I'm sure the mandated Disney Plus stuff hurt them, but they played it wrong. They did a bad job on almost every level of sustaining and maintaining momentum, storytelling, quality, all of it has fallen off since Endgame.
Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.